So in this segment, again, we're going to be talking about Northern Ireland and what's going on over there because it looks like it's getting far, far worse. Boris Johnson refusing to go over there, accurate at the time of recording, which is 110, the 12th of April, which is that Boris Johnson, as far as I know of, is not going to Northern Ireland to try and calm tensions down. There are some talks going on with the EU about flexibility around the Northern Ireland Protocol, which is something we're going to talk about in a separate video. But it doesn't look very promising at the moment. So, anyways, we'll just get into this video here, and we'll go from there. So, special forces have been deployed undercover into Northern Ireland. So these are a special reconnaissance regiment team. That will help coordinate intelligence operations and attempt to identify the ringleaders behind the violence. So this isn't some strike team or some sort of assassination unit or anything like that. It's just for reconnaissance, which is really the first step to any kind of action, which is to figure out what the hell is going on and who's in charge. But it's very scary that, they've sent in some sort of Spec Ops team into Northern Ireland in the first place. So it says here at least 8 of the covert unit have been sent to work for MI5 for the first time in 4 years as protests and violence escalate. MI5 and military intelligence officials fear that the riots which are spread across the country could spark a return of deadly paramilitary attacks, which were all around Ireland and also affected the UK as well. GB, England as well. A source said Northern Ireland is a tinderbox and has been for a while. Tensions are extremely high. No shock there. There are elements on both the nationalist and loyalist side. So, some people did get annoyed at me of the framing of saying separatists. I feel like if you call them nationalists, it does have a negative connotation, especially when especially when the other side are called loyalists. So I guess we should call them Republicans and Unionists. I guess that might be the best way to frame it. I don't know. People got very upset at me for the framing last time. Sides who want to see British troops back on the street, but that would be a disaster. So you've got the fear within MI5 at least, and so MI5 and military intelligence fearing something's going on down there because clearly Boris Johnson isn't going to do anything to stop the violence. So I guess the military and the intelligence services have taken it on their own to try and figure out who's in charge and try to hopefully help the situation and not make things worse. But I'd assume that if there are any Irish Republicans who see MI5 start to get a bit more involved, they might be getting a bit afraid as well, and that might ramp up tensions on its own. So So there's that. One witness said the worst thing I saw was a car that was stolen from a nearby street and lit on fire. Then someone drove it and jumped out of the car, allowing it to freewheel into a police barricade. So, some stuff you'd probably see on GTA or something like that. Crazy stuff. Nicola McKee Corner, whose journalist sister Lyra McKee was killed by the IRA 2 years ago. Something I remember. I think she was shot. Called for an end to the violence. She said destroying property and attacking people does not do anything to further any kind. A cause of any kind. In fact, it does the opposite. I would argue that this is the sort of thing that certain members of the DUP would want, because they want Britain to, they want GB, the British government, to have to send troops back into Northern Ireland, to say that look, Northern Ireland belongs to GB, not to the Republic of Ireland. I think there are people out there that are crazy enough to think that. News of the deployment comes after the 23rd anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. Special forces were withdrawn from Northern Ireland in 2011, but returned in 2015 after attacks by Republicans, but were then withdrawn in 2017. So you can see things are, pretty rough and violent within Northern Ireland. And, the special forces have been sent in quite a few times over the last decade. However, this last case, I think this more recent one might be the worst one yet. The threat state in Northern Ireland is severe, the highest, meaning an attack by Republican terrorists is highly likely. The threat in the rest of the UK is substantial, which means an attack is likely. So people within the British government think, or the intelligence services think, that there is going to be an attack on, in GB soon. The Ministry of Defence does not comment on special forces, which makes sense. They wouldn't confirm or deny if there were spec ops within, Northern Ireland. But what we can gather from this is things are going to get worse. most likely things are going to get worse. And again, I have to stress that this is a result of Brexit and the Northern Ireland Protocol. No one can deny it. I know there has been violence over the last decade, as I have mentioned. However, this new recent kind of violence is mainly fueled by Brexit and the Northern Ireland Protocol, and the belief that Northern Ireland is being separated from GB and will be closer to the Republic of Ireland, which to an extent is true, because now the Republic of Ireland has a bigger say when it comes to certain things within Northern Ireland. If Great Britain starts deregulating, right, that deregulation will not impact Northern Ireland because they are within the EU's customs union. So what that means is that that deregulation will not be allowed within Northern Ireland, and that's one of the main issues that plagues Northern Ireland at the moment. A huge identity crisis of, do they belong to Great Britain, or are they part of the Republic of Ireland? And that's the issue I think that's plagued Northern Ireland for a long time now. And obviously people within, most people I think within Northern Ireland want to remain a part of GB, but the further that border opens and the harder it becomes for trade to happen freely between GB and Northern Ireland, and the more reliant Northern Ireland are on the EU and specifically the Republic of Ireland, I think that's further going to fuel tensions within certain people within the DUP, because this is what the DUP are about. They don't want to seek peace, they want violence. They wanted Brexit to be further away from the Republic of Ireland, and in reality the only thing they're further from is Great Britain. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.